Are you ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Phenomenal.
You can get it jumping. You can get it pumping. You can get it pressing a suit. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. A long cold Vic.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own. It could be that great chalk and biscuit coating.
Time on your own.
It could be that smooth toffee ice cream in the center, or that whole delicious golden K-time taste.
Have a gay time on your own.
I'm Danny, and I'm here to call out all you crack pack bitches. You think I don't see you there? I'm the OG of this shit. But you come after the king, you better come correct. I'm Danny, motherfucker. Who are you? Crack pack. You smoke crack. You better watch your back. Welcome everybody to the show. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done one of these. A good old Rising Tide read through. That's one of my favorite books that I read last year. I'm going to be talking about, which is called STAR NOIR, which is good because I've got Tony coming on for the last half hour. We're going to go through his new campaign over on Kickstarter, book 3. I have read book 2. I read it just earlier, but we're not going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about book 1. Give the guy a little bit of breathing room, introduce you to the series, and just hang out and have a general good old time with everyone here in the chat. How are you on this fine Saturday afternoon? It's probably Friday night where you are, but, play the odds. But it's Saturday. It is sunny. I'll be out in the sun later after I finish my drawing and enjoying life. I hope you'll be doing something similar. We had the old champ come back, Mr. Jeremy Burtz, sneak in at first. Mo, he is catching up. Just want to let you know. I think you're on 25. Jeremy is now on 21. So look out. He's coming for you. This dude was amazing guest last time, says he makes an amazing comic. That's what really counts. I think that's what really we're all looking for. Gary G is in the house. What's up, Gary? Hail Mo Biggs. the legendary crack rock himself, I'm told. Bretsky the Great is in the house. It's by Felix Huss, the Link Master, posting a link. Thank you very much to my Global Comics page, trying to get people to go and follow me over there. I do intend to incorporate Global into my, what do we call it? Like marketing, whatever, getting myself out there, strategy going forward. And Chris is coming on tomorrow, so make sure you come back for that. Make sure you're back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Because we're going to have a chat with Chris. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot. We got Apex Comics in the house, Mark's Music Obsession. Actually, I think we had we did. Gary G already starting off, gifted 1 membership. This is before the show even started. And your friend and mine, who we all love, Totally Unfounded Footage, was gifted a membership. So thank you very much, Gary. How do I thank you for such a monumental gift? Here you go.
Absolute mad lad.
I see Apex. I said Apex Comics. Hello, Apex. Val is in the house. Great to see Val back. Haven't seen Val in a while. Shouts a big hail. Aviator Surge is here. Poor Mo struggling with the cruel and unusual punishment that YouTube is putting him under, never allowing him to become a member, seemingly again. We'll try and push through as best we can. Grey Wolf is here. Who else do I spy? Oh, we got a super chat here. $5 from Apex Comics. Hero with the bulletproof tutters. Fembat is live on Fund My Comic. It's 56 pages of pulse-pounding superhero horror, action, and humor. Feels like a Hammer film. Everyone go check out Fembat. Hero. All right, Fembat is the book. It's a hero with the bulletproof tutters from Apex Comics. There you go. Maybe Felix has the link for that. I'm not sure. He does, right there. Thank you very much. And if at some point, Felix, I see you find the link to the 3rd book in Star Noir over on Kickstarter, that would be great if you could post that. I'd repin that link. Mark's Music Obsession, member for 3 months. Hail all in the chat. Typing the names out on the phone sucks. It really does. They need to get to that. They need to sort that out. Mo says, I've been crack listed by YouTube gift memberships. Danny, that's probably what's happened. We need to reach out to Snark, see what he can do about that. All right. Now, for the next 20 or so minutes, I'll be going through the first book in Star Noir for all of you who didn't read it. And we'll get to know the story. We'll get to know the characters. And then we're going to bring Tony on and we'll see what is going on in the 3rd installment. So let me share that. Please do like the stream, share it out, all that fun stuff. Oh, and shout out to the Rumble gang as well. Can't forget our Rumble friends. Hold on a sec. Poorly aligned here. Excellent. Now this is Star Noir. First off, I want to shout out to Pablo, who I don't believe we'll be seeing today, but Pablo is an amazing artist. I love the art in this book. It is such a dream to read. It is so perfectly attuned to the kind of story it is, and also to the color. Sorry, it's probably written here somewhere. There we go. Ventura. I don't know the first name there. The colorist as well. This sort of muted palette. The story is set in 1947, so think around the why can't I remember this? It's Roswell. That's what it is, isn't it? Roswell. What's that famous UFO crash? Pablo, please don't big league it. See, I haven't seen him around anywhere, so I don't know. He might not. Roswell. Did I say Roswald? You all know the thing. You all know it. I know nothing. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Aviator Surge. And hail Rick Saylor. Great to have you here. And as you could probably tell from the title, it is very much in the noir vein, but with a very cool twist. If you liked Noirlum, which I did, you would probably like this. And if you like things like the X-Files, if you like Twilight Zone, that sort of stuff. I think you get a kick out of it. In fact, I was reading this. I was reading the second book. I was having such a good time. I was like, man, this is the sort of stuff I want to read. This is what I'm interested in at this point in my life right now. I want to read these cool throwback mystery. You know, I love the aesthetic with a cool, fantastical twist on it. So yeah, I'm hoping you guys will agree and jump on board this. Shout out to the Zaid Bros, Phil and Brandon. It was a fun show earlier. I caught as much as I could. We're getting the Zaid raid. Love to see it. Thank you everyone for joining. If you like Edgar Allan Poe or just spooky stories in general, Phil did a great reading on his channel last night. I only caught the start and they were just hanging in a car. And then I had to go play with the kids, but I'll take your word for it. Everyone go, make sure you're subbed to Zaid Comics. You all know them. 40 watching, 14 likes. For shame, please do hit that like button. It really does help. We got Jay Ryan in the house. Guys who just joined us, for the next, up until about the half past, we're going to be just checking out this first book, Star Noir, by Tony James, who will be joining us in a minute. Oh no, it's Townsend. Townsend does the colors. Vinicius Knid. Isn't that from Willy Wonka? Vinicius Townsend is on the card. Pablo de Bonis did a bang up job. Actually, well, I don't want to. I mean, it's Tony's story. The story is fantastic as well. What's up, Jonas? Great to see you here, my friend. As you can see, it's set in LA, 1947, and check out the mood and the background and just the whole vibe of it. You get this guy who comes out, he's investigating a car that's been left on the bridge here. The foul thing's afoot. He hears a noise, he goes back, and there is something. So straight away, within the first couple of pages, there's like something weird happening here. It's not just straight dick story. That's what they call it, a private dick. Like, it would remind me a little bit of what Picard is into on the holodeck when he's always getting himself into trouble. Pablo de Bonis, a bang up job, says what's up, Cranberry? Let's get that like button a little bit of a tickle. Please do. Please do. What's up, Citizen? Gumshoe. Oh, that's a great word. I forgot about that. Yes, gumshoe. I love the aesthetic of the cars, the people, the police station. I also love how this artist, he draws the shadow underneath their hats, and it kind of looks like a mask from the old 50s and 60s shows. It was just a cool little thing I liked. Anyway, yeah, this guy's in a spot of bother straight away. Ouch. All right, so there is something out there haunting, terrorizing the streets of LA late at night. This poor cop has gotten it. And then straight away, whoa, what is this? Hello there, Mr. Gray. Oh, pay attention. I didn't see this, actually. Damn. I didn't see this. Now, you're not going to know this in this book, but this object comes into play later on. You should be remembering this, detective, because you dreamed about it. Oh, all right. Picking things up here. A little Easter egg I didn't notice earlier. Cool. So this is our main protagonist, Detective Miller. He's a new detective, I believe. Or maybe isn't he new? I don't know. Somewhere at some point in the line, someone calls him Sergeant. It's like, it's detective now. I love how every panel is... Actually, I'm going to study this book, I think, a little bit. Every panel, the choice of the way... Like, look at this. Like, looking up the stairway. A little bit of the banister here. The cool, everything's period piece. It's very noir, so you got those... shadows and the cool lighting effects and everything. So he's going to learn about, he's going to go out and, see what's going on here at the bridge, what's happened. Yeah, they say Sergeant Miller, it's lieutenant now. So yeah, he's obviously, I don't know. That's when you get promoted to detective, when you become a lieutenant, I think. Sergeant Miller says, Smiller for short, woke up in a sweat from dreaming of a rectal probe. Pretty much. Pretty much. Anyway, he's going to go out there. He's going to investigate. You can see they all, and at this point, they think it's like an animal, but it does nothing quite adds up. Like, what's an animal doing out there? Was it ripping out a heart? What's going on? Investigation is underway. There's that shot of the car there. It's so cool. The one thing that was a little bit of just a little thing that caught me in this book was, and it's got nothing to do with, I mean, that's just how it is. All the guys, you know, kind of dress the same and look the same, but the artist has done a pretty good job of putting Miller in this pinstripe. And then other detectives have their own kind of jackets. But I did find myself even go back and go like, oh yeah, that's that guy. Okay. But that's what happens at the start of a story when you got, you know, a bunch of characters you don't really know. Look at these backgrounds here. Man, it makes you feel like you were born in the wrong time. He heads down to this this car dealership, and he's trying to suss out, because he's trying to find the, you know, who sold the car, following a lead. And he gets the name of a lounge singer of this guy. See, it's all like it's a detective story, and it's funny. It's not like you have to find. It's not like a whodunit where you, the audience, is thinking like who's the perpetrator here. You kind of know from the start. All right, there's like aliens and stuff involved. He doesn't know, obviously, but there is still a mystery element to it. You're kind of, you know, there's little hints of stuff here. There's this weird little guy who you keep seeing around, but he's like, he kind of disappears. And look at this lucky strike, physician approved cigarettes, less irritation against cough. I love that stuff. I have a whole bunch of Akubra fedoras. Oh, Akubra is Australian, isn't it, Citizen? When you say Akubra, I think Australian. But I don't know. It might be international. It's the attire of the times. Why can't we get back to this? Big, thick, wide striped ties, suits. We should start a trend and go back. Classic bar scene. Now, you have to have a bar scene in every story. You have to have a scene at a bar. I've had one. It's just sort of mandatory. And that's that woman, Stella Belafonte. She's the one who bought the car. So he's going to go investigate her. But in the meantime, we got some local gangsters come to shake down the bar. Well, that was a bad decision. Detective Miller don't take no guff. He's going to beat them up. They actually get the jump on him at some point. Just great art. Look at that. Really, really cool. The colors as well. I just got to keep shouting out the team on this, and of course Tony too. It really reads very smoothly, very like that. Never at no point does it feel like it's dragging at all. It goes from one place to the other, and then yeah, the guy gets the drop on him. That great panel, but you hear that. Get out of my bar. It's like the Untouchables. Reminds me of the Untouchables. They make the best hats. Yeah, Australian. Oh, there you go. I didn't realize they were international. That's cool. Yeah, you can get Akubra hats and you can get Akubra jackets, I think. Like those sort of Australian style trench coats. Mr. Reese, love the artwork. It immerses you as if you're in the 40s. It really does. I'm super impressed. I would say this is, now having read the second one, I would say this is definitely one of my favorite stories I'm reading currently. And I'm very happy to introduce it to you all so that you can maybe potentially go and grab it when Tony comes on, because the third book is funding right now. It's going very well too. Back at his home, X-Files. Look at that. Very reminiscent. And then, yeah, this guy, the alien's like trying to introduce himself, But he freaks the F out, gets his own shotgun, and the alien has to flee. I'm trying to sort of skip through it as quick as I can, so you can I want you to read it yourself, because I want you to get the thank you, Felix. Thank you. There it is. Let me pin that. We got Raiden. Did you know this book, Star Noir? Have you read it? I think it's Star Noir. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mate. Get yourself some Star Noir, mate. It's good shit, mate. Yeah. When do we get the Starlam crossover? It's funny because I was thinking of your book. You know, also great art, really cool noir story. You know, a detective story. We got Ronan in the house waving hello. Thank you very much for joining us here. You know, and these stories wouldn't be complete without the hard ass captain. I think this captain is very reasonable. I mean, this guy's kind of a little bit out of control. I would think the same thing. You know, he's a recluse. His wife left. No, his wife died. So ever since then, you know, he's been sort of a recluse. And of course, what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen. This is part of the story. He's like, I need to get you a partner. It's like, no, I work alone. Love it. Anyway, he doesn't quite believe his story about everything that's going on. He thinks he might be chasing, you know, silly leads. And he, of course, doesn't believe him about the intruder in his house that he was shooting guns at. But, yeah, I don't need a partner. This is a dangerous city. He says, I must be lucky. I'm still here. Just like every page is like this, just really, and it's actually better, I'd say, in the second one. You know, look at this, just like spending the time, even the choice of setting it at a new neighborhood where the houses are getting built. You know, it's the 40s, things are booming, the war's ended. You know, it just really does pull you in there. Some person says, Bancroft walked in the bar and the place was full of mean mugs, mostly thuggish visages, uglier than the next. Bancroft loosened his pants. This was going to be a long night. When's the Bancroft Noir book coming out? He nursed a Victoria Bitter, trying to drown his sorrows. But those bastards could swim. You guys are too good. Cranberry Langers loves the colors, dude. The whole thing about it is just really, really good. I'll tell you what it is. It's the writing, it's the story, it's the art, it's the colors, but it's also, when I say the art, it's just that, like, look at these compositions. You know, they're very, very, it's very professional. You know, I was watching them. Held for Veterans. Oh my God. Now that's a blast from the past. I don't see that. Do you see that anymore? No, held for someone else. Sees that fella again. He's like, who the hell is this guy? Is he following me? Anyway. It comes down to the morgue. It's a brief chat with the guy. The most important thing at the morgue is he's like, look at this. This incision is not an animal incision. This is like some kind of super advanced instrument has surgically removed the heart and sealed it within seconds. He's like, there's no surgical tool in existence that can do that. And look, there's strange markings. Now, remember that thing I showed you earlier? That comes into play. Admirable restraint for Bancroft to avoid dropping a trademark pen bomb. Though for him, the customary hard R is all but impossible. Yes, unless I put on a effect and accent. Yeah, the facial expressions, the acting, it really is top. It really is top tier quality book here. See, now these guys come into play in the next book, and I was like, oh, who are these guys? And that was good. He put this guy. This is Green, I think, Detective Green. He put him in a very distinctive It's like an Albuquerque, New Mexico style outfit here. He sees what's the alien is doing at the cop shop. He runs in. See how he's like a kind of a loose cannon. Look at that. Actually, that might be one of the best panels of the whole book. I could have used that. I should have used that. I do like the other panel I used. That was the thumbnail. Look at that. That is the papers flipping. You can hear the sound. You can hear them on their typewriters. These guys are like, what the hell is going on? That's top tier. Get away from the. Oh, it's the little guy. He's starting to put it together. This is your new partner. Just got to transfer from the Big Apple. Now, who could this be? Name's Ellis Tate. They call me ET for short. I wonder who that could be. When I read this, I got the I got the feeling like the artist is really paying attention to the the how to draw comics, the Marvel style, but it does have much more, like it has that European flair to it as well. Or maybe actually if you go back to old Silver Age comics, a little bit of inspiration there, perhaps. Got Atheline in the house. Didn't see him. Where is he? People are saying hello. I can't. There he is. What's up, Atheline? E.T. Did you see Heidi Klum dressed as E.T.? That was weird. Yeah, so he's like, what the hell? Who the hell are you? Corners him, and he admits it straight away. He's like, yes, I have to stay hidden. Now, it turns out in this world, you've got people like him, the Greys, and they're the sort of peaceful ones. I mean, sure, they might engage in a little bit of nocturnal anal probing, but that's just for science. Look at this panel. Look at these background characters. I'm going to tip my hat to Pablo. You are a superb cartoonist. So yeah, there's the Greys, but then there's also these shape-shifting reptiles, and they're the more violent ones, and they're the ones that killed that thing at the start. I thought he was dressed as Elizabeth Warren, not E.T. Cranberry Langers. Sumo Thor in the house. What's up, Sumo? Bancroft only half trusts the Greys. Well, yeah, I mean, look. They're very look, that is so hard to do. Look at all the different expressions. And to do that well, that's like really good acting. Really good. Abductions and forced anal probings are peaceful. Well, he says it's peaceful. He says it's all about just study and science, and they've always been there. The same old story. But I feel like, yeah, there's definitely things he's not telling us. Anyway, that's where it's at. So that's where you like. So in the first book, you get to know who Dennis is. Miller, sorry. Dennis Miller. Isn't that a basketballer? You get to know who Detective Miller is. And you get to see, okay, this is the case he's on. And you get to understand that there's a little bit more going on in LA in the 40s. Really, really cool book. Now, the second book continues on. It looks like Star Noir is going to be about this investigation. All these murders and stuff, who's involved. Obviously, you're going to get to the bottom of these characters. And that continues on in the second one. You get introduced to new detectives. We obviously learn a little bit more about these aliens. And I just read that before. It is great, just as good. And then now we're on to the third book. It's a Gray's SP. Is Dennis Miller a comedian? I don't know. I don't know why I think it's Dennis Miller. Anyway, the white half. What? Right, I get it. All right, let me send the link to Tony. We'll get him in here. We can chat about the next one. Now, where is he? Where is he? There he is. There she blows. All right, Tony's got the link. I'm going to stop sharing that, and I'm going to put this into Google Chrome so we can get some audio going here. Check out the trailer for the third one. All right, presenting STAR NOIR, audio shared. All right, let's check this out. I've seen this.
Hello again, readers. Last time in Los Angeles, our ace detective and his eager rookie set off to find their elusive killer. They confirmed that the mysterious shapeshifter lurks among Alan's fellow officers in Central Station. Alan had a close encounter with one of these strange beings, a real cookie with peepers to die for. He learns the Central detectives are being hunted and digs deeper to find out who killed Perkins. Meanwhile, Perkins' partner, Ray Foster, found himself in the soup, hunted by the very same killer. In our next chapter, the stakes are even higher, as our killer stacks more bodies than an OnlyFans model. Our two detectives peel back the layers to this onion, meeting kooky characters like Orson Welles. A collision course is imminent, with more twists and turns than a 10-cent carnival ride. Book 3 is penned by Mr. Tony James, a writer of sorts, a lover of old noir and science fiction. Returning with vigor are his 3 able-bodied arts, aces in their own field, much like our detective. And beat me Daddy 8 to the bar. Take a gander at those rewards. The exclusives are the real cat's meow. Be sure to peruse the add-ons as well. Commemorate your purchase with these additional items. Don't be a fuddy-duddy. Back STAR NOIR today. It's the only way to defeat the communists.
Dude. That was great.
Cool.
Hello there. How you going?
Yeah,
You even got the mustache. I forgot about your great mustache.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Fits in perfectly. How you going?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I've been doing that voice since the first campaign. People really loved it, so I feel like I'm in for 3 more videos at least doing that voice.
Mo says, if Tony put his mustache in charge of customer outreach, STAR NOIR would be a household name. I know, right? Yeah, screw those commies. Dude, I just read the second one about an hour or so. It's great, man. It is great. Like, I read so many of these crowdfunded books, and very, very few hit every single thing. And don't get freaked out by that number, by the way. That's Australian dollars. I know that freaks out a lot of people. Very, very few hit every mark. And it's like I was marveling at the composition of some of these panels, like that one that I used in the thumbnail, where the light is showing on his eyes, and it's like,
yeah, it's a great. That's
man,
one of my
I'm
favorite
going to study this book. Your artist Pablo, he really nailed it. And this story, I'm in, man. I'm in. I want to know what's going on here. And we got a Raiden Radio in the house. He does a noir book as well called Noirlam, which I really loved. Cool. I am an OG X-Files dude. I was actually just watching some X-Files because someone had shared some stuff on social media about how amazing some of the cinematography was in that show. And I just completely forgotten. Yeah. And how now everything is really kind of like all white light and very bright and bland and everything, but
felt very practical
back in the day.
Yeah, we were just watching that. I forget what the name of the episode's called, but they're in the forest and a bunch of like tree bugs are killing people. So yeah, we're watching that episode. That was a good one.
So the book looks like book 3 is going very well. You're up to 12,000 raised, 200 backers, 12 days to go. Yeah. As we saw in that trailer there. Obviously, I didn't go through the second book. I thought I'd just give these guys in the chat a little bit of a taste, a little bit of an intro to the story. But
cool. Yeah,
I didn't mention yet. In the second book, obviously the investigation continues. Some new detectives join in.
Yeah, things are really ratcheted up in that second book. The first book is really about kind of setting up the world and bringing these two characters, making them partners. And then now that they're partners in the second book, now we can really, we're off to the races with the mystery and starting to peel back some of the layers. We just broke one of our stretch goals.
Oh yeah, which one was that?
We're adding another baseball card, another detective. Ray Foster, who was kind of bookended in the second book. So and then the next one is going to be digital black and white PDFs of all 3 books. So we're hoping to cross that at 14.
Fantastic. Mo wants me to read Sumo's. He says Bearcroft loves when an artist nails it. I do. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't love that? Times like this, not having access to chat emojis is the inanimate carbon rob is torture. It is indeed. There's something going on with my YouTube recently where one guy, Mo Biggs, he's here every single stream. He's been here from the beginning. He's the like managing wrench, cannot get gifted a membership.
Wow.
And we don't know why. We don't know what's happened. He's accusing me of foul play. It isn't. We got Alpha Channel in the house. What's up? Thank you so much. We're shouting out Star Noir. We're checking out this book. It really, again, I cannot recommend this book enough. And I don't do that for every book I bring on here. But I have read the first two. They are fantastic. I'm very excited now to see where this goes. I'm excited to learn how the hell does Orson Welles?
Orson Welles, yeah, we're
figure into this. Very, very cool. All right, he sort of got a name in the
the characters found themselves on a movie lot. Orson Welles is filming Macbeth, he has more information about Patrick Perkins, the detective killed in that first book, the opening scene there. So we'll get to peel back more layers about that. And it's a pretty humorous scene. It was inspired by that drunken commercial where Orson Welles is like trying to sell a wine and he's really drunk the entire time. So we
I haven't seen that. I'm gonna go check that out.
Oh yeah, it's pretty funny. So we built a whole personality around that. And that this is like the beginning of a really fun multi-part chase sequence. There's an Ellis side here, and there's also an Allen side, and the two kind of merge in this one big action sequence.
It is, yeah. It's so impressive how like that action sequence in the second book with the baseball bat and the private eye. That was great too. It's like, wow, this artist can do everything. Like,
yeah,
it's
funny. Like the panel descriptions are very straightforward. Just the action, what's supposed to happen. And he creates this really dynamic panels that really jump out at you.
Hold on to Pablo with your life. That's all I can say. He really is. Yeah. He really is bringing your story to life. And like I said, now it is a great story. What's the I'm excited about this. What's the sort of is it all going to be this one investigation about the murder of these things? And is there like a set number of books that you're going to tell that in, or is it just going to sort of continue on? What was your plans here with it?
So there are 6 books in this murder mystery. It's all been written. So we are just kind of following a production plan that's already set in motion. So it is it is ultimately about that Perkins's death, but it's the whodunit of it all, and really trying to figure out like which of Alan's fellow officers is actually an alien.
I didn't even mention that yet because I wasn't trying to give too much away. But yes, the reptiles are shapeshifters. They can well, obviously, like the Greys are as well. Like they're assuming human form, but the killer is presumably an actual like working in the police. So I didn't mention that earlier. So that's going to be obviously add a whole nother level of difficulty. Now it's an internal investigation, which obviously is difficult.
And then as you go along as the reader, you become more suspicious of certain officers, and they either are the killer or they are a red herring. We're just gonna have to find out.
Love it. Oh, this is a spoiler. That's cool.
Yeah.
We did get gifted 5 memberships by the amazing Mr. Jim Cox. Thank you so much, Jim. We're gonna see here. Did Mo Biggs finally? And apparently Felix Haas can't get them either. There's a bunch of I don't know what's going on with YouTube. But thank you very much, Jim. And shout out to Jackie, Jake, Mighty Magic, Dujuan Moten, and Juice. These are all names I don't recognize at all, but thank you very much. Nonetheless, Jim Cox, plenty of people here in the chat right now, here every night, not getting gifted memberships. But let me just thank you, Jim, for that.
You little ripper!
I don't know what's going on here, but thank you. I didn't. Bang Grift. Look, what can I do? So is there anything is there anything you can tell me about what's going to happen in in this third book that to get me excited about reading it?
Let's see. So more than one person's gonna die. We're gonna get a pretty shocking revelation that actually reframes part of the opening of the first book. So you kind of, what your expectation of that first scene, you get a piece of information that kind of goes, oh, there was actually more to this. It alludes to
So
Perkins.
if I
not-
go back and read it again, it'll mean something a bit.
yeah, it
different
it
now?
it kind of alludes to Perkins maybe not being there by happenstance. Yeah,
Oh.
and the way that the third book ends, it's pretty crazy. We
Because he
really.
had a dream.
Mhm.
Hang on. I know. Who's the main guy again?
Alan
What's
Miller.
his last name? Sorry, I just
Miller.
had
Oh,
Miller.
Dennis Miller is a stand-up comedian, by the way.
There you go. I'm terrible with names. All right. The main guy. Now he
Yeah.
had a dream at the very start
Yeah.
about the
Mhm.
Greys, and they actually had that device in
Yeah.
their hand. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that the first time I read it. Obviously, that plays into it later. So I was just like, I was writing about that as well. And now you're saying Perkins. It's not just random either. So
Mhm.
all right.
Yeah. So yeah, as you kind of go on, more of the pieces kind of fall into place, and then by the end of it, you actually would want to go back to kind of see some things, because we do throw stuff at you that kind of feel like just a random aside, and then when you kind of see it in the story later, you go, oh, that wasn't just like a random line this character said.
Very cool. Now everyone can go and read through. This is basically covering a lot of what I just showed you guys. This is obviously what Tony wants you to know. And then even you can read through a little bit of what has happened in book 2.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yep.
things are continuing on.
Yes, sir.
Now you said, what did you say? The best part of this, the rewards. We got here some fun things on the campaign as well. Do you want
Yes.
to run through what you got on offer here?
Yes. So we have panel prints. We've done those for every book. These are from the third book. You got part of the Hollywoodland Chase, and then you got this reptilian autopsy. As it silly says on there, the spoiled tag's not included. There's a bunch of stickers. This was actually requested by backers. I did a survey at the end of book 2, and I was like, hey, what kind of rewards would you like to see in the future? And they were like, stickers. That was like that was the number one answer. So we hooked that up. We do a poster of the cover of book 3, which is inspired by the movie poster for Touch of Evil, which is directed by Orson Welles. And Orson Welles is also in it. So it was a fun little tie-in. And then another thing that was requested by backers is more black and white things. So we did the posters for all 3 of the covers in black and white. And at one of our highest tiers, we're actually doing a short limited run of physical printed black and white versions of books 1 through 3.
Nice.
Yeah,
they look great too.
Yeah, I actually got to read it in black and white. It's a really fun experience. I mean, the colors are amazing, of course, but reading it in black and white is also really awesome. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, it's another. It adds another level of that immersion into it. It's funny, when you think back on these times, you do, just because that's how you've seen it. You think of them as sort of like in black and white. Obviously, they weren't. That's just how we saw them in the movies and the TV shows and everything.
Yeah.
Johnny Rando agrees. Touch of Evil is a masterpiece. There you go.
Great movie.
Seen that one.
Look,
you could be drawn in.
Well, actually, that sold out in like the first 30 minutes. In the first 30 minutes of the campaign.
Growing fan base. Oh, congratulations on that.
Because you've shown some of the panels. There are a lot of side characters and a lot of background characters.
Background characters are like the cartooning, the caricature of it is just it's top tier.
Yeah, so we just thought it'd be fun if 5 backers could actually be one.
Yeah,
of those
that's
characters.
fun. Oh, and thank you, by the way. I noticed you put all your backer names in the back of the book.
Oh yeah. Well, definitely. I mean, there's without the backers, there's no Star Noir. So you got to shout them out. And then there's add-ons, everything that came in the previous 2 campaigns. The physical books for books 1 and 2, of course. The baseball cards, which is Alan, Ellis, and the captain with their badges on the front. These are the postcard prints from the previous 2 books. And
if you ever want to do a print of a panel, that one with the where he's running in with his gun, he's just seen his new partner as an alien. He runs in with a gun.
yeah,
And you get to see like the cops in the background like that, and there's guys
yeah.
typing. That one's a great panel if you ever want to do another one.
Oh yeah,
just
yeah,
saying.
for sure. Oh, absolutely. I'd love to do
Oh,
that.
get another 5 memberships here. Sorry to interrupt. By Sumo Thori. Let's have a look here. Jackie Daytona, Jake Blues. Now we know Jake. Mighty Magic, we know. Hang on. There's Jim Cox. Hold on a sec here. I must have scrolled back. Did I miss? I missed Jim Cox. No, I missed Sumo completely. Oh, there it is. There it is. Sorry. Lord Tatman's Comics, Astraf Sterling, Enemy 993, Winter Jolt, and Phantom Harlock. All gifted memberships. Not Mobigs, not Cranberry, not Felix Haas. Not everyone is here every single day. But thank you nonetheless, Sumo. Very generous, absolute legend. Here you go.
Well, cheers, biggies.
My wife says, "Oh, listen to the surprise in his voice."
Awesome.
As usual, ignored. All right, so you got postcards and prints, posters.
Yep, from the previous books.
Stella Belafonte. Now,
yeah.
Don't get too close to Stella. I don't want to spoil anything, but something's revealed in the second book.
Yeah, we got that here, right there.
Let me blow you up there.
There you go.
Who did that one? Is that the same artist? Is that Pablo?
Yeah, same art team. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, so we're really rolling along. We're pretty good pacing so far. Broke through our first stretch goal, like I said, trying to get it over 15. And if we do break 14, everybody gets a digital copy of the black and white books, all 3 of those books. So
nice,
some nice incentive, and then of course physical backers, you already get the Ray Foster card because we already broke that stretch goal.
Very cool, very cool. What's this reloader?
Oh, yeah. So before Star Noir, I was working on a love letter to video games. Yeah, and it's just as it says, The Matrix meets Kill Bill. Just kind of this revenge story that takes place in a virtual reality setting. Yeah, it's just a really fun story. You can actually read a sample of the first 6 pages of that book. There's a link around.
So you can get that as an add-on on the campaign.
Yeah, you can get that as an add-on. The physical copies are a bit limited. I think I've got maybe a couple left, but you can also grab a digital copy of that as well.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like this is super impressive. I love finding new stories that I can actually invest in, that are well crafted and well made, because everyone has a hope and a dream, but as it's like it ain't easy pulling all this together.
No, sir. No, it is not.
You've done an amazing job here, dude. It really is. I mean, I really can't give this any higher recommendation. And it's like, this is like I said at the start of the show, this is the kind of story actually I want to read.
Oh, cool.
I'm sort of over the whole superhero stuff. I sort of left that a little bit ago. I'm trying. So I got this Dave Brink from Genuine Comics. He's put out something that finally has gotten me over the line and back in checking out some superhero stuff. But
cool.
No, I like this stuff. Like it's if it's comic books, I want to have something a little bit fantastical in it, something a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
You've got that with the aliens and the shape-shifting reptilians, but I'm digging this story.
If you're a new reader, the catch-up tier is called The Sixth Extinction. That'll get you all three books. It's a ways. There's I got some digital deluxe. That's the first book. Prints, stickers. That's the digital catch-up tier, the Pine Bluff variant. And then
there it is.
There's Sixth Extinction right there.
That'll get you all 3 books.
Yeah.
Shipped out worldwide, Gemini mailer, and you get the digitals as well.
Yep, I got both books right here.
Oh, I haven't received mine yet because I get it I was telling you, I get all of mine sent out to Critical Blast, and we just sort of wait until I get enough there. Then he'll send me out like a £5 package or something.
Yeah, I was curious. Because when I shipped yours out, it was like Critical Blast, and I was like, oh
yeah.
I guess Pancroft's got some kind of hookup.
Well, he does fulfillment for a lot of people, and he just said this ages ago. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, if you're international, get everything sent to me. Then you don't have to pay, because some of the shipping out to Australia is like it's highway robbery.
Yeah.
Some of these things, it's like some of them, it's like $50. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
spending
tough.
$50 on shipping a single comic book to Australia. It's just not economical.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
I stopped backing for like a year because of
Mhm.
this. And then I heard that, and I was like, ever since then, I've been backing a ton of stuff. So I'm really happy. It just means you got to wait a bit longer, but that's what it is. But hey, if you get the digital, you can still read it.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Yeah, and then of course, if we break that digital stretch goal with the black and white books, you'll get those as well.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I want to know what happens here. I want to see how Orson Welles is connected, and I would like obviously what are these reptilian things up to? Why are they taking people's hearts? Why are they? There's another thing they're like. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's just sort of part of it. They're sucking adrenaline out
Oh
of
yeah.
the
Mhm.
kidney.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see where this all leads. And I now, after 2 books, I have full confidence that you're going to nail this and stick the landing. So looking
Well, I mean,
forward
you
to
know,
it.
famous last words. I mean, you know, we're
Well,
constantly stressing about each book and wanting to top it. So
that's good. That's
yeah.
good. Yeah, no, I did feel like the second one was better, but
Mhm.
also there's always with the first one you got to set everything up. So
Yeah.
you are sort of locked in the sense of, you have to introduce all the characters in a way that's, moves the story along and the events and everything. So but then in the second one, you're just sort of running with it, which was good. So
Yeah, we definitely keep the pressure up on the third book. Yeah, it's got great pacing again, and the ending to the third book is very explosive.
keep
Uh,
ratcheting it up.
yeah, even
Okay.
more so than the way the second book ends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Really dig it. Everyone, you can grab this over on Kickstarter. The link is pinned in the chat. I've also got it in the description. Please go check it out. A very reasonable offering. Lots of people are jumping on board as well. Where can people find you out on social media?
On Twitter at @t/j, and on Instagram at @bananabat. Those are the 2 places you can find me.
Is this the only? You've done that video game one. Have you done other comics?
I'm actually working with an entirely separate art team on this Western, and that'll see the light of day early next year. So,
is that a straight Western, or are you going to do the similar thing where you give it a little
no,
bit of
it's a mixture of genres, but it does commit to the Western aspect of it as
a
well.
lot of people doing Westerns lately. I'm all for it.
I think as the superhero genre sort of there's oversaturation with it, and the Western has been so dormant for so long that it's like, all right, well, why don't we revisit those again?
It's who was I talking about? Someone about superheroes. It's virtually impossible. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen it yet. It's virtually impossible to tell a new superhero story.
Yeah.
It's like everything has been done.
Yeah.
And there's something about it. Like, I feel like superheroes are from a time and a place, and there's just something odd about it. And you've got to try to work out a new way to explain why people are dressing up in costumes and going out and fighting. Like, it's like, it's just we take it for granted because, it's been there for 100 years, but it is a weird thing. And
even a deconstruction is already been done. So if you want to,
they deconstructed it in 100 different ways. Some of them have been very entertaining. I think most of them have been a bit. They've tried to reconstruct it, which is, and then it's like, I don't know, play it straight. But look, some people are doing very well with it. I'm seeing some cool new books coming out. I hope they do well. I'm gonna try the Perfect 10, which seems to me to be the most appealing. But
who made that one, Perfect 10?
That's Dave Brink, Genuine Comics.
Okay.
He's up to his 5th book.
Oh wow!
And he's doing really well with it. The thing about it is he's just doing like really crazy zany villains.
Okay.
Like, he's got this one villain who's this huge fat thing that sucks the fat out of their body and shoots it at you. It's like, it sounds gross,
That's
but
funny.
it's like, it's zany, it's crazy, and every villain is super weird. It's not just like, oh, this is my Superman, this is my Flash character, this is my brawler. Like, it's everyone is just like crazy out there, and he adds in a lot of like sex appeal and stuff like that. So Mo says we need more real life heroes like me.
Mo Biggs.
Always need more Mo Biggs. I will always consider wrestling. Yeah, me too. There's been a bunch of really good ones come out lately. Bronze Star by Mike Barron was a good one recently. I'm blanking on them at the moment. Oh, I'm going to actually be reading Ghost of the Badlands next week. Going to be doing a review over on Well Reds on that. So
I think I've seen art for that. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the artist, Alex.
Ross?
I know George
right.
Alexopoulos. He's got two first names. Unfortunately, he left the project, but I hope they continue on, because by all accounts, it's a really good book. I'm going to read it next week, so cool. I will check back. Mike Barron's new one looks good. Well, the Western Bronze Star is good. He's also put out a new Sherlock Holmes story with Captain Nemo. Sherlock Holmes meets Captain Nemo on the Nautilus, which will be fun to check out. But yeah, Star Noir. I don't actually do this very often, where I give a full-throated, hearty recommendation. You will enjoy this book if you get it. So yeah, back it, grab it however you want to grab it, and enjoy it. Let's all talk about it.
Yeah. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for supporting it so far. If you've supported the book, yeah, we really can't do it without you. Yeah, we want to keep you entertained, so you keep coming back.
The next stretch goal is the 14,000 with the digital black and white PDFs. So hopefully we can get there. Where are we sitting at? It was at
just like
12.2, so a little bit of the way. The $1,800 to go, but 12 days to go on this.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can get it. Full-throated. Jesus, man. What is wrong with that? That's a thing, isn't it?
It's an innuendo.
No, everything I say, they think it's innuendo. I sit here, I do draw streams, and I talk, and everything I say, they're like pulling me up on it. It's friggin' Bankrupt hasn't offered a recommendation this full-throated since Rod himself.
Man.
They're talking about the artist who's working with me. Actually, I can share it.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Let me stop sharing this. I'll start sharing my website. So I'm currently working with an artist on my next offering, which is a 30. I think it's going to be 36-page now. Action comic set in my universe, the Lucent. The artist in question is Rod Looper. Phenomenal guy, great artist.
Wow, it was really dynamic.
Yeah. I needed someone, because I didn't have any experience in the action stuff, and I'm learning it. I'm starting to introduce a little bit more action into my story as it progresses. But I know this guy can do action. Fantastic. And he does great backgrounds, great characters and everything. So I was like, all right, help me out here. Help me with this action comic I want to do. This will be coming out sort of mid next year.
Cool.
So
and that's the colored version up there with this
that was sort of a test. I wanted to test it. We'll
Okay.
see. I don't know. We'll see how I go. I'm happy with that. Sort of, there's a few things I want to adjust on it. But yeah, so far that's the only thing I've colored, and the whole thing is just one panel.
Okay.
I'm currently doing the flats for it.
right.
I'm also doing trading cards. I'm doing other things. Oh, I'm putting up. Have you heard of Global Comics?
Yeah. Not very familiar, but I've heard it around indie comics.
I just put up my first book to read on Global Comics. Just trying to like get it out there a little bit. It's actually, I've got the guy coming on tomorrow, Chris. We're going to chat about the site and everything that he's doing with it, and how it can potentially be used as a new platform for guys like us to get our stories out there in front of new readers.
Yeah,
they've just recently signed on DC, so there's that's all like Vertigo, and they've also got Dark Horse, they've got Boom, they've got a bunch of big independents, plus all independent creators as well.
So Marvel's a holdout, is it?
Marvel is holding out. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really interested in all that sort of stuff much anymore. I'm more interested in the indie stuff. But it's good that it's there because it brings people to the site, and like maybe there's a chance that they'll stumble up on the more independent stuff. Or that's what I hope anyway.
Yeah.
Sumo says the stash convinced me. Just batch the catch up tier. Fantastic. Thank you,
so much.
Sumo. Do I have to refresh? Hold on a second. I don't think I have to do it on Kickstarter. Maybe I do. 203 backers. Thank you so much, Sumo. It's jumped up to 12,300. You're not going to be disappointed, Sumo. It really is.
Now I'm confident. I feel a little confident that we're going to get to that black and white digital PDF.
Hopefully, it's a rising tide. Exactly. That's why I like doing these shows where we actually, talk about books that I've read that I really think are part of the rising tide of indie comics that's happening at the moment. Tony, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out.
Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for making this great book, and I will be backing.
Cool.
And I'm looking forward to continuing on this crazy story you've got here.
You're gonna love the next one. I promise. I think
I will. I think after the second one, I think I will.
Yeah. Cool, man.
It's really cool. All right, everyone. Let me see if anyone else is live right now. We can do a little bit of a raid of Rooney. Who else is anyone? John's Longbox. Does he accept raids? I think he does. He's talking werewolves versus vampires. Let's see if I can raid into John's Longbox. I'll have to grab his thing here. Bear with me one moment. Is it there? He does accept them. Excellent. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to go back to drawing. I've got a trading card I need to finish. And let me grab his thing here. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Every little thing. I can't say a thing.
They just jumped all over it.
It does look like a good book. It really is. I recommend it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thank you, Tony, for jumping on. And I'll see you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. We got Talking Global Comics. All right, guys. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.